I chose to take my passion and turn it into my job. It's all I ever heard growing up. Do what you love, go after what you want to do, and they were right. I love my job, I love what I do, I can't imagine doing anything else. But there is a part about doing that nobody talks about. When you're in business, time is money. There's always going to be a time crunch on the set.
So we're an hour behind.
Production just isn't simple, it's not easy.
But I'm gonna come up with a plan.
Because I just think people need to know that it's not all going to be the dream with no pressure. We have a bunch of really creative projects happening at the studio this month, but I'm not really involved in any of them. Instead, I'm at networking events like the one I'm gonna be doing here in Chicago. I don't wanna sit here and show you every Zoom meeting I've been on, but I can show you the creative work that they're doing back at the studio. So let's check back in Austin with what they're doing. Then I wanna talk about the sacrifices it takes to turn a creative passion into an actual job.
All right, y'all, we're here today. Exciting prep day. We're getting ready for a music video. We're shooting 2 videos. The first one is a Feliz Navidad Winter Wonderland, i.e. snow, trees, Christmas trees, all of that good stuff. Got Mike here shooting it. Hi, Mike. Mike's gonna paint a beautiful frame.
Susie is an independent artist, and when she came to us saying, hey, I would like to do top-level music videos, what are you guys able to offer? Typically, when we're like, wow, we're gonna need a lot of time, but because she didn't have a huge label that was backing her, and we were like, let's take on the challenge of trying to do 2 music videos in one day.
2 big music videos with 2 big art changes. On stage, you have to bring everything in. You gotta bring in all the lights, you gotta bring in fake trees, you gotta set deck the ground for snow. Typically, on a shoot, we would take 1 full day to do that.
We've done 2 music videos before in one day, but not at this level. We have to bring in all of our lighting, we have to bring in all the art, camera choreography has to be precise. So to perform at this production value is where it gets pretty crazy.
And we were honestly pretty nervous about trying to make the day.
This is a full-fledged production and a lot at stake. So many different pieces of technology working together. Either of them fail and you're not gonna get what you sought after. A lot of place where things can go wrong. Our job is to make sure that they don't and the client gets what she comes here for.
I'm at the Art Institute of Chicago now, and I feel like in a place like this, it's easy to fall into the assumption that back then things were different, that these Greek sculptors and Roman sculptors and Vincent van Gogh and all these different artists were able to just create, and they didn't have any of the same problems that we have now. Money still existed back then, and Vincent van Gogh, for example, couldn't even afford to live. He had to borrow money from his brother. Nobody even saw his work until long after he had died. It never was just this thing that you got to do without having to worry about how you're gonna make your living. It's always been something where you are a commodity as an artist and you have to find a way to use your artistry to make a living. That's all we're doing right now with Stray Vista, is trying to figure out how to be artists and at the same time build something bigger that can make enough money to sustain it and fund that art. I mean, this dude, Vincent van Gogh, literally suffered from depression so bad that he cut off his own ear because he couldn't find professional footing in the arts. So this is not something new, it's something that people have been struggling with forever.
My thought going into everything too is making sure that client feels happy, that they don't think that anything's going wrong. So we have to put on the professionalism to say, even though we are crunched for time, everything's going well, we're super excited for it, they have nothing to worry about.
There are some days where the guys are making something creative and part of me wants to be doing that. On the flip side of that, when Zach was making this music video, Aaron asked me, does this make you want to direct again? And my honest answer was no. Not because it's not something I want to do, because I've become so comfortable on the business side that directing just kind of feels daunting at this point. But I also have to recognize that this is just a season and it's one that's gonna allow me way greater creative opportunities in the future because of what I'm building now on the business side.
So we're starting our first shot here today. This is by far our most complicated shot of the day. We're a little bit behind schedule, but this shot is starting shooting her through the cabin window, and then we're gonna transition outside into the winter wonderland. It'll start snowing. It's cut! Woo! Beautiful shot, beautiful shot. We just got a great first shot. This was our cabin transition setup. Now we're resetting for the wide. They're blown away so far. They just got in and they took a look for the first time at the environments on the wall, and Susie loved it.
And all of her 5 kids.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that light was beautiful.
We have to try to get everything completed before lunch. And we have that creeping feeling that's coming right behind us that we're not gonna get this thing done in time.
I've been focused on the sacrifices that it takes when you turn a creative passion into a job that can sustain not only yourself, but a whole ecosystem of buildings and studios and relationships and salaries and all the freelancers that we hire. That doesn't just come with being a creative and being able to sit down and make whatever you want. That comes with being a business owner and putting the business first.
So it's lunch time we shoot out Feliz Navidad, but we're 2 hours over.
Yes, which is the worst place to be going into lunch.
We're gonna have to change over our set in no time at all. Gotta bring a tree in. We gotta hang some chains so that we can get a swing set look going.
Which was actually our first time ever hanging something from our truss with that much weight on it.
We did check that it was weight bearing. Nate was in Chicago.
Nate wasn't here for that, which is why we went ahead and did it. If it failed, or if we couldn't end up doing that, there was no
backup plan.
We did not have an option B.
So we needed to make that work.
There is a spark that got us all into this creatively, and trying to balance that spark that got us into it while also trying to maintain quality and keeping it a product for something that's supposed to be art is just, it's a difficult thing to deal with when you're working in your passion.
Time, in fact, did catch up with us, and we did have to make a decision.
Because we were crunched on time, we only shot coverage for what was necessary. I have nothing for verse 3.
Yeah, I don't really know how we're gonna get all these shots in time.
The number one thing to remember is when you're a director, you gotta remember when to kill your babies. We knew that we weren't gonna be able to ask for more time with the client. We killed the main cloud setup, which was supposed to play in verse 3. That being said, we need to find a way to finish the video. Let's put all of our eggs into the double exposures. Just make sure that we get lots of coverage for those stencils, and then I'll work some post magic to finish that off and give it the cathartic punchline that every good music video needs.
If I was working in it, it would be me directing these things. It would be me writing these things. And I think the business would suffer. I think the product would suffer. I think the work would suffer because there'd be nobody up here looking over it and saying, okay, while they work in it, I'm gonna work on it.
That's a wrap on Susie, and that's a wrap on our music videos for today. So we just finished up. Susie is extremely happy with all the shots that we got. To see Susie so excited about the shots that we did get and to have delivered on that promise that we gave to her, that is the most important part. What we have to remember is when we're making things as artists, it's other people's money. We can be as passionate about something as we want to be. We have to remember that it's a job.
I'm here in Michigan. My dad and I built this cabin ourselves this summer. When we started this cabin, it was just a deck. And slowly, board by board, we built up a beautiful cabin that now you can sleep in. It has utility. And I see Stray Vista kind of the same way. 3 years ago, it wasn't anything but an empty warehouse. And then Ace came, and then Aaron came, and then Zach came. And then we produced our first $1 million project. And then we worked with our first celebrity. And then we were in the New York Times and Variety and working on films, not just commercials. What we are right now, we're still only a few boards high, but where I want to take it is so much greater. And that's the story of this vlog. With all of the upsides, with all of the downsides, with all the challenges, with all of the hardships, with everything, this vlog is going to show us building something where the vision is so much bigger than what we even have the tools to start building with.
Merry Christmas.